Lifelong learners, it's your boy Mr. Hang. I'm going to teach you how to raise the volume and level all the audio using the amplification, and then how to read the meters so that way your audio for all people and sound and music and sound effects and all that to like match and not one overpowering the other. They have to work together. That's why it's called a mix. All right, let's get into it. So first thing here is to amplify. If I want to amplify this person's voice because they're like really soft, let's say right here. Okay, you can read the levels right here when it's playing, down here in the green.
A lot of films, editing, all that type of stuff.
All right, so we're looking at this person peaking around here. So what I want to do is I want to peak around -18 and -6, all right, or -18 and -10. That should be a little bit louder, so that way when people are listening, it's like they don't have to crank up the volume. They can just leave their volume normal. It's kind of feeling in through your ears instead of like just looking at the numbers, okay? So what I'm going to do here is there's this spot right here for amplification right there, okay, for Jose, the host. All right, I can amplify his sound. Remember, he was peaking around like -20. So I'm going to add, let's say -20, I add 10 more. I should be peaking around -10. So watch.
Yep. We go on trips, we make a lot of films, editing, all that type of stuff.
All right.
But the question I have for you today is what?
You can kind of see it peaking, right? Because now the audio is being raised. This whole track was raised by 10 decibel. Okay? So now I know he's peaking around -18 and -10. So I'm in a good range where when people are listening, it's all good and it's like consistent for that particular person. So what happens is the next person who speaks, their volume is going to be low. So we're gonna watch the peaking here.
Memory about this class.
For me, I would say when.
All right, so if we're looking at them right here peaking around -20 as well, so I'm going to, my first guess answering the question, I will add roughly 10 decibels because he's a little bit louder than her, so I'm going to add that, and then I'm going to listen to hers again.
I would say this was last year. We had to film like a.
All right, let's go back and listen to him.
But the question I have for you today is what is your most favorite memory about this class?
For me, I would.
All right, the audio to me sounds pretty level, and then we're looking at the meters, it sounds pretty level as well. So that's basically how you match all the levels of the sound using amplification. So it's this option right here to amplify the sound. The highest you can go to is 15 dB. So if I go all the way like this to the right, click and drag to the right like that, I can only do 15. So let me try to do 30 if that actually works. Type it in instead. Nope, you can only do 15. So you should record good enough, and now it's just a matter of amplifying. I'll just type in 10 right here so it's faster. All right, amplifying the levels to make sure they are consistently almost the same for all tracks. Okay, all tracks. I just did 2, but you got to do all of them, and you got to listen to it and make sure they match in terms of leveling. All right, peaking around the same time. Peaking around the same levels as between -18 to around -10. Okay? Good luck. Have fun. Rock, paper, peace. Stop.